When we think about Super Smash Bros., we think about Super Smash Bros. In a series of itself, a gathering and garnering of the greatest games and characters invited to Nintendo's playground. However, the message I'm really trying to put across is Super Smash Bros. Melee is more than Super Smash Bros. It is Melee. Melee will always be Melee. It's not really about being a Super Smash Bros. Game anymore. It's more about what the game is to us and to the audience. The game, if we look back at Melee, Melee was made in 2001, the end of 2001, so, that 2001-2002 range. It was kind of rushed out, to come out with the GameCube to give us something else. We all know the backstory behind it and how Sakurai was like, oh, I gotta rush this out. However, that game, to this day, is still evolving. It's still alive. I've been delaying their kind of writing this, writing this script, talking about it since Mango won GAMEMEN in 2019. Well, it is 2019, so he won the previous GAMEMEN. Get on my level. But there was something magical about his win, but it was more of a comeback story for, everyone's favorite Smasher. But it didn't feel like it was time to really put this out. And as time went on past Get On My Level 2019, Melee was dropped from Evo. It's been getting the quote non-primetime slot or bad time slots, and Mango won. And it's that Melee never dies. Look, about me, I really didn't understand competitive Smash until about 2013. I always was like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 guy, and when I watched Evo, that was the first time I ever learned that Smash Bros. Was played competitively, and I watched Mango win, and I was like, what's he doing? I don't understand. Like, the game he played in front of me was a different game that I knew of. I always loved Smash. I wasn't a super duper casual where I would just drop one game or I entered very late. Like, I always played Smash 64 with my brothers. Melee always had the best single player, and I remember when I was a kid, we used to go around people's houses to play Melee. And then when Brawl came out, however, past 2013, I don't think I ever stopped watching Melee. Even when I got into the competitive scene for Smash Wii U and Smash 3DS, Melee was always there. And you know what? That was during the era of the Five Gods, and I happened to be around for Apex 2015. And it was just something about Melee. Like, I couldn't put it down. Was it that Mango had some effect on me for this? Was it, watching YouTube clips of Mewtwo King and Armada? Or, just basically how they play Marth or Peach would just seem inhumane to me? Was it just because the Super Smash Bros. Melee they were playing was different from mine? Even after I spent my time learning frame data, SDI, wave shots, I watched them and it finally hit me about a year and a half later. The Melee they played was cleaner. It was peak perfect Melee. Well, to that point. Absolutely perfect Melee. That was a game that I couldn't play and I had to unlock. It was something special. There was no missed L cancel, there was no Fox Swing, bad wave dashes or something. They moved in a way I had never seen. It was mesmerizing. It's what I wanted my Melee to be, and just so much more. Melee always had the documentary behind it, and while it was needed to save Melee and, shout out to Scar for what he did and everything, honestly, that was never my motivation or really introduction into Melee. Like I said, I never really knew about competitive Smash until 2013. And in fact, I never even saw a documentary until last year, 2018, when I was already a full-fledged Melee lover. Mango streams, huge tournaments, Summit, YouTube videos, even Project M helped me get more into Melee than I thought I was. And just playing with my friends, I even gained new friends from playing Melee and talking about Melee. Made me realize how great Melee is on its own. So Super Smash Bros. Is an amazing franchise, but when you talk about Melee, you talk about Smash Bros. And then if you introduce Melee, it becomes its own topic. Otherwise, the rest of Smash is kind of like, I don't want to say it could turn into a conglomerate, but they kind of get lumped together. I've always made sure when I was traveling for Super Smash Bros. Tournaments and during those travel days, I always would sign up for a Melee tournament if they had a dual event. Even when I went to get my master's at UCI, University of California, Irvine, Melee players would be there every day. CRTs plugged in the back of high tech, brand new esports arena. You got laptops, I mean not laptops, you got PCs custom built, you got, 144 hertz monitors, and in the back corner you got 3-4 CRTs and people playing Melee every damn hour of the day. Alright, if I had free time, that's it. I made sure to watch Melee tournaments. I would keep up with the posts, see what's going on with top players, watch Mango stream. Obviously, if you guys couldn't tell, I'm a huge Mango Nation fan, but I do love Leffen. He's probably my second favorite player behind Mango. But to people, it didn't matter. Okay, back to those players, it never mattered that there were 5 gods. It didn't matter if players like West Balls had better tech skill than all of them combined. They lived Melee, and it was the basis of their friendship in everyday life. And while that could be said about any Smash Brothers, people move on with the next Smash Brothers. With Melee, that's it. I mean, I don't want to say they don't move on, and I'm not trying to knock on it, but that basis of friendship of Melee, it did not matter if it was 2001 or if it's 2019. You go up to someone with a GameCube controller and a GameCube and or Wii, put in Melee, probably A, they know of Melee, B, they want to get into Melee, or C, all the above. It's just something that is connected with audiences all the time. You can put Brawl in now and, you might get some, oh, I used to play that, or oh, I hate or I love this game, depending on what they read, maybe they were influenced by something else, but it would always lead on to the most current Super Smash Brothers. So, overall, some of these people watched it. I don't mean to say overall, but some watched it grow. People were there when it died, but others have lived for the resurrection. But to be honest, everyone has played Melee. When you get into Smash Brothers, everyone has played Melee. It's something like you get, like when you get into it, it's like a rite of passage. Like let's just say your first Smash Brothers is 3DS. When you get hooked on the Smash Brothers, you want to play all the games in the series, get a little comparison between each, and like I said, everyone has tried the game, no matter what. There's a million ways to access Melee now. You can go to your local game store, you could get Dolphin, I mean, there's NetPlay now, the game has changed, but you will find an introduction into something you like. That's what I'm just trying to say. Now, over this past 2 weeks of Mango winning the Big House 9, and Melee hit on, Melee on Twitch hit about 96 to 97K, live concurrent viewers. Is it fair to say Melee will never die? The game keeps evolving. The players keep getting better. New people keep coming in, fresh faces, and you know what? The fan base just keeps growing. Look, I'm not completely absolved from sin here. I was also on that Melee train. I was on the train Melee was dead for about a month after GAMEMEN, or a month and a half. Just the tournaments there were boring, lackluster. It seemed like people didn't care, and it was just around. Yeah, the numbers affected it too, but even with all the love that Ultimate was getting and all the push Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was getting, it just never captivated me, nor the full audience that I was ready to be as primetime as Melee ever was. Yes, Ultimate is easier to get into, plus it's more accessible. However, Melee was, still going slow, still around. So I had theories behind it. Why Melee was going so slow were, do we only enjoy Melee for Spacey's gameplay? Like Fox v Fox, Fox Falco, Falco v Falco, is that the reason? Is that what carries Melee? And during this year, we had Pikachu win its first ever major, we had a Falcon win a major, and HBox wins. So, but then that goes to the next question: is HBox killing Melee? Was his methodological gameplay? Guy wins, man. There's a reason why Clutch Fox, yeah, it's a meme, but guy's clutch, dude. I've seen him come back so many times, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And lastly, or it could be the other thing, because think about this: when Mango loses in a tournament, tell me not, it always drops that 7 to 10K in viewership. And honestly, is it Mango who carries Melee? As I mentioned, we got to watch Tempo Storm Dax and Wizrobe, win these tournaments. However, I'd say if we're looking at this past year, my favorite win of the year, non-Mango category, it's got to be Leffen winning Smash Cup. Leffen plays Fox in such a godly fashion, and it's just insane. It's perfect Fox gameplay. But his storyline and journey to that win, 2 third place finishes, even after 3-0 in HBox, you're making it to winners finals, and then just not making it, plus his pushing ultimate and his rising in it as well. It just really made that win more exciting, and like with that win in August, Melee was garnered some buzz again, and it just seemed like it was getting alive. And I was like, okay, well, it's just because we like Spacey's winning, or we don't like HBox winning. But it wasn't that. It was just something more. It's that winning is so much harder than it was back in old Melee. It's not. It's just there's more than the 5 gods in Leffen. You know, you had Plups. I think 2017 was the year like he really came up and was making some noise. You know, you gotta watch out for Zane. I mentioned Axe before. All these guys now have a chance to win before, when it was basically one of the 5 gods or Leffen was gonna win, or if Leffen didn't take out the 5 gods, what's gonna happen? The highest level of Melee is a different game though. It's not Super Smash Bros. Melee. At the highest level, what they go out there and they play is straight up unfiltered Melee. If Sakurai saw the way these people play Melee, his jaw would probably drop. I doubt he's seen a Melee tournament in years. Okay? And there's no way he thought something he rushed to create could come out so perfect. Okay, it's not that, oh, these are flaws and glitches that ruin the game. It's not, it's not that at all. Look, a lot of fighting games I played, like I said, Marvel, they have infinites. Like, it's not chain grabs. They're very hard infinites to put in with specific characters. I mean, even Iron Man's got a pretty easy infinite in Marvel's Capcom's, but that doesn't kill the game. It's cool. Like, sometimes, and, they fall out after a certain amount of hits, or it does very little damage, but you don't see that really, you don't really, you don't get that full restock feel, you don't get all this stuff. And Melee, it's just harder to master. That's all it is. I mean, it's still Smash fundamentally into the core. It's still a Smash Brothers game. But Melee at the highest level is just a different game. And that's what makes it special and unique. The tools are out there for all of us to get, to get to that level, to get better. Make our copy of Super Smash Brothers Melee into the Melee we see. So why is it so popular? Because the Melee we see on stream is the Melee we always picture what Super Smash Bros. Is supposed to be.